Man, isn't it great to be a Digimon player? Because one day, the deck you love will get support. And hopefully, when your deck gets support, it's going to be absolutely busted. So today, I'm going to talk about my favorite deck of all time in Digimon. My favorite deck, my beloved Galacticmon. So in BT-21, which is released like probably a week or two from now, I can I think it's yeah, I think so a week or two. BT-21 released. There's Galacticmon support. The supports are broken. Let's talk about it. First, the boss itself, Galacticmons. So while talking about Galacticmon, we also need to talk about the option that comes with Galacticmon, Ragnarok Cannon. So I bring three Galacticmons. Let me find it, and three Ragnarok Cannons. So first of all, what does Galacticmon and Ragnarok Cannon do? Galacticmon has an effect where by putting four cards with Femon in text, not just Femon, four cards with Femon in text below its Digivolution sources, you may play a Ragnarok Cannon from hand or trash without paying the cost. After that, it has a once per turn effect where, not once per turn, it has start of your main base effect where you can just destroy one of your opponent's Digimon. You choose it. It's not random, you just say, I want to destroy this, bam, gone. And then its last effect, it has the same protection as old Galacticmon, where if this would leave battle area, you put four Femons from its material to the bottom of the deck, it doesn't live instead. So that's fine and all, but that doesn't end games. That's where Ragnarok Cannon comes. Ragnarok Cannon has the effect that its option, its main effect is play it, destroy your opponent's Digimon with the lowest cost. So that's a bit weirder than the old Galactic one, where you can just destroy one of your opponent's Digimon immediately upon evolve. But that's fine. The idea for this deck is that you either devolve with Destromon or either devolve the target with Destromon or destroy the little guys with the promo Destromons so that the Galactic one can destroy what you want. But if you can't really clear, it's fine. You just want to at least have this on the board because it has a delay effect. The delay effect of this card, however, is absolutely stupid. The delay trigger is when Galacticmon attacks. So when a Galacticmon attacks, it will activate. The effect is destroy the opponent with the lowest cost, same as the main effect. But if this effect didn't destroy a Digimon, yep, destroy your opponent's security stacks until they only have one security left. That is stupid. That is broken. It speeds up Galacticmon way faster than it should have been back then. Back then, Galacticmon gameplay is we make Galacticmon, we will protect this Galacticmon no matter what. Now we make a Galacticmon, play a Ragnarok Cannon, clear your opponent's board, and then tells them clear this, or next turn your security will lose, and if I can set up it, and if I can set up or have a Femon in breeding, I will win. So this just imposed to your opponents that you are a final boss and you are threatening, and it's very good. It also has a very strong security effect that if it's being checked in security, you you can just immediately play a card with Femon in its text from your hand or grid or trash without paying the cost, and then add this to your hand. So you can play Tamer, or you can play even Snatchmons, which cost 6. It plays 6 or less. That's crazy powerful, by the way. So the idea of the deck is to make Galacticmon with sufficient materials, and then place Ragnarok Cannon. Watch your opponent squirms as they try to find a way to defeat Galacticmon. If they can, they die. If they can, we remake Galacticmon with 2 Ragnarok Cannons on board. So that's 2 triggers they have to care about. So that's great. So let's see with all the new cards does first. First is Destromon. I don't really think you need more than 3 copies of this at most. I run 3 copies of this with 3 I run 3 copies or 2 even with the old Destromons. Let me put all of my Destromon first. So yeah, there's 3 copies of Destromon new and there's 3 copies of Destromon. So the 3 copies of the new Destromons basically makes you immune to stuff like say the biggest one is Imperial Dramon Paladin Motis. So if you think that you really wants to end the game and your opponent is playing some kind of green or blue decks and in green or blue decks, you just say Emperor Drum. You just say you just evolve your Galacticmon from this by going Snatchmon into this into Galacticmon, and on one turn you have a grace period where they can Emperor Drum Paladin mode issue, and that one turn sometimes matters a lot. That happens to me, and I win out of that. And we also bring 3 copies of the old Destromon. This card is very good, still one of the best card in the deck. The reason why we only bring 3 is because if we have one in the trash already, we probably should have been fine. We sometimes we might want to in case we want to 1 copy of this, 1 copy of this below or Galacticmon, but 1 copy for fusion. But 1 copy is usually already accessible with things like Fusion Ice. And then one of the more better card in the deck, Snatchmon, the new Snatchmon. Oh boy, how do I even begin with this card? So the new Snatchmon, unlike the old one, the BT-21 one, is actually has a good on evolve effect. It's on evolve effect, and it also has on play, so you can trigger the Snatchmon from Ragnarok Cannon secret effect. It's Digivolve on play effect is you check your top 3, you fill top 3, you add a card with Femon in text to your hand, and then trash the rest. After that, you can put 2 Femons from your trash to a Digimon in play. Whoever they can be, it is fine. So, why is that good? So say that you refill things like say like this. You evolve into such one, and then you refill 3 like this. You add this, and then you just add 2 to your Digimon. That's crazy. That's broken. Unlike the old Snatchmon, you need to already have the Femons in your trash first. Obviously, this makes things better if you have Femons already in trash, but it also boosts it also boosts your gameplay if you don't have a Snatchmon Femons in your trash and you just want to start pumping. So unlike the old Snatchmon where you only really want to evolve into it if you can evolve into Galacticmon immediately, you can just evolve into Snatchmon and then pass your turn. It's fine if they out this, then you're just going to be fine with it. If they don't remove this, you just evolve to just summon Galacticmon immediately. So unlike the old Snatchmon where you really don't want to do immediately just do it, this one great, amazing. Speaking of Snatchmon, we still run 4 copies of the BT-21. The reason why we still run 4 and not lower is because well, this has Digicross. If Digicross effect is very strong, it can allow you to Digicross from trash, so that means on an empty board you can just Digicross into Snatchmon for 2 cost, and 2 cost sometimes is fine. 2 cost is all you need, probably if you have Fusionist in hand, to go into Galacticmon. Sure, you give them 6 memories, but you only have 2 memories to work with, so that's good. Okay, next up is the new Femons that you have already seen here. I run 4 copies. 3 is fine. I run 4. I run 4, but probably you want more copies of the old ones, of the old Famous. Its effect is similar to that of old Snatchmon, where it can take a card from your trash to your hand, but it is much better because on play you discard a card with Famous index in your hand, preferably something like a, a spare copies of maybe a new Zenith that I'm going to talk about, or something like any of these two that you can access with Fusionize. This card, because you can evolve into Galacticmon to add Fusionize back into your hand. This card is very busted. I don't want to see any list that has less than 4 with this card, with this Fusionize card. So speaking of new cards, let's talk about new cards yet again. That is 3 copies of Setter Zenith. So as I said, this is a setter, and this deck really needs to find a way uh, to have more memories, more than one, because one memory doesn't really let you play the game. That is true for all decks, but this deck in particular, just cannot just stay in breeding and then just evolve into Snatchman, Galacticmon, and etc. It doesn't work like that. It can't work like that. So you want at least 2 memories to start playing, and having a setter is great. Not only that, it also has a very strong effect where you check top 3 of your deck, and then you can add 1 card with Femon in its deck to your hand, or immediately play 1 Femon. That's so broken because if you play the BT-18 Femon, for example, this Femon here, we still run 4 of it. So if you play this with this effect, that's already 6 cards from your decks already seen, with only 4 play points. For memory, I'm sorry, not play points. That's so good, by the way. That's crazy. Also, unlike the BT-18 Femon, the Center Zenith treasures the card that you find. So if you find something like a Galacticmon, not Galacticmon, Ragnar Cannon or something like this, it's fine. If you find something like you want in your hand, like a Galacticmon or a Snatchmon, that's why you have this card to salvage it from your trash. So, and then our Fusionize. This is one of the more busted option a deck can have. If you play this deck a lot, then you know that this card is very powerful. You don't want to see you don't want less than 4 of this. This card is just we have 2 bust options, by the way. We have Ragnarok and we have Fusionize. These 2 cards are absolutely great. You really want to run as many of them as possible. Not Ragnarok Cannon, not probably because it costs 6, but this one costs 0. So 3 spells, absolutely great. Next is trainings. I run 2 training and 1 scramble. I don't really kind of like training or something, but it's just another way for me to play on low play points, on one play points. For scramble, it just makes you not deck out against decks, but people can play around it. So it's sometimes not really fun, but it's also okay to make your Snatchmon costs less than 3 to evolve. Next is BT-18 Zenith. I'm kind of okay with BT-18 Zenith. I don't really like it per se. I also hate it. It's fine, and the reason why I say it's fine is because the discard 1 Femon, draw 1, gain 1 memory is also obviously very good because I want to see Femons in the trash, and the on attack effect where you can just put the Femons on one of your attacking Digimon to devolve on a Digimon. Devolving from Temur is very obviously busted. But I'd rather just want to play the setter instead of this. If I have setter first, then I have this. It's obviously very okay to just drop it. But if I don't find setter and I'll find this, I don't really feel that great. Unless it's our BT-11 Femon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You might think, isn't 18 rookie a bit too small for this deck? Probably. The card that I can think you can cut is probably like a Destromon. I think, as I said, you only want to find like one, one or two. I don't think any of these can reduce numbers. Obviously not this. Scramble is fine, probably. The only card that I can think I want to reduce is like exactly Scramble and any number of Destromon. Probably like 3-2 or 2-3, and then Scramble. That's like 3 slots for your Femons. But so far I'm fine with just 10. 10 for 4. I'm fine with it. Doesn't really find any problem with it. And then our X is 2 Sumemon and 3 Dorimon. Uh, this is completely depends on what environment you play in, or what kind of environment that will happen. For now, I think Sumemon is very important because I've seen a lot of like Imperial, not Imperial Dramon. I've seen like like right Imperial Dramon red purple. They need same amount of DP to punch you. So sometimes they have to play things like the red XV mons and red V mons instead of the gaining memory ones. That's fine. That's great. That means they have less memory to work with. There's also Alphamon or Ryuken that just minus 1600, 16,000 with Sumemon you will still survive. And Doraemon is still our go-to X because just +1 from drawing if you activate the effect of your Femons is just very good. So that's how the deck looks like. You can probably like 4 copies of Doraemon, 3 copies of Sumemon, like 4 copies of Promodestroman, 4 copies of uh, New Destroman, or even like 1 copies of old Femons. And I think that's fine. Or even like something like this, like for three not Scepter Zenith and two Scepter Zenith. That's fine. I just think this is how the blueprints for this deck looks like. And going forward, I think this is going to be like something around like the standard ratio for this deck or something. So the question becomes, well, how the deck works. So as I said before, you really want to see like all of your engines and stuff. So let's try to shuffle this deck and have some test hands with it. Obviously, with Digimon, usually test hand feels like not really that good sometimes, but well, I don't have an opponent to try this to video myself in. And even if I do, or if I have another deck myself to play with, I do have another deck, but they're not exactly what I would say good, because they are like Diaboromon and the Reaper. Both decks that don't really see play, especially the Reaper if you don't have Medieval Galmon. I don't have Medieval Galmon, that thing costs like 4 times this for a single copy. That's outrageous. I can make 4 cores of Galacticmon deck before I can buy a single Medieval Galmon or whatever you call it. That's how crazy expensive that card is, really. So let's shuffle this. Let's shuffle our X, something like this. Let's open our hand. For our mulligan, we want to see at least like a Scepter Zenith. So the one you want to see is this Femon, obviously, and either this Zenith or any Zenith you want. This is fine. The other one is also fine. You also want to find, or if you don't find this, you want a training. That's the 3 cards. That's the card combination that you want to find. A setter, or like any way to boost your memory in order for you to play in turns you want to play, and then a Memon. So let's try it. Let's set up security like this. So we open our X. Usually for your starting X you want to see Doraemon, but this is also fine. You just evolve into it, and then you immediately play the Scepter Zenith. You check top 3, and then on this kind of situation, Both of this card is fine in the trash, so you want to put this in your hand. So let's just put this in our trash. Let's make it like this, because this is just a test hand. So let's do it like this and then pass. Your opponent does something, they will probably give you like 3 memories to work with because you have a setter, and then you start your turn, draw, and then goes with your Femon. Activate the Femon effect, you open like 3. So this is the problem with all Femons. With all Femons, Ragnarok Cannon is your win con, but the old Femon cannot take it. So if you find Ragnarok Cannon with the old Femon, your opponent will be happy because you have to bottom deck it, no matter what. You get Snatchmon, and then you put Femon below it. And then on this time around, you want to set up a bit more. You play Saturn Zenith and give them 1 memory. It's fine. They draw their turn, they do their turn. Usually your opponent will kill a Femon, usually, and then they do their turn. Usually they're not going to attack your security if they want to attack this Femon. So you start your turn again, get the feel, get your stuff Doraemon, activate the effect of the old Zenith, discard 1 card, draw 1, get my memory. That's 4 that's 4 memory for you to work with. Evolve into this one and then draw. Because we don't really have anything in our trash and we still want to find both the Galacticmon and the Ragnarok Cannon, we want to cycle as much as possible. So we play this Femon, go to 1 memory, activate this Femon effect, check top 3. You want this Femon more, the new Femons with either this one or this one below the Femons rather than the old ones. The reason big of that is because both of these will reduce the cost of your Snatchmon evolution by 1. So in times like this, if your opponent doesn't have a setter, instead of leaving them with 2 memories, you will leave them with 1 memory because you're going to evolve this into a Snatchmon. Evolve for 2, you draw for turn, they refill top 3, and then you take a Snatchmon from to your hand. It's fine. We don't really need another copies. If you have 1 of this, it's already fine. So we are going to add the older Snatchmon and then put 2 below our Snatchmons. And this time around, let's say their opponent does their turn, they clear our Snatchmon and they check 2 of our security or something. Destromon and Galacticmon. Okay, because we have Galacticmon here, we can just now, or even we draw it, we can now just start trying to find Ragnarok Cannon because we already have Destromon here. So the thing we want to find is Ragnarok Cannon and what do you call it? Fusionize. So we activate this effect, refill top 3. So this is a problem because we only run 3 Ragnarok Cannon. If you have already 2 bot decks, that's going to be a lot of problem. Usually this doesn't really happen, but this is a test hand, so things happen. Lol. We forget to activate the effect of Femon. Alright, so of Zenith. So we can actually activate the effect of Zenith and then draw our Ragnarok Cannon. So we refill 1 more, that's Destromon. So this should be the one that's going to be the bot deck. And then we go draw a card with it. So this is already a perfect hand. We have 4 members to work with, so we evolve into this into the new Snatchmon for 2 cost because this discounts it. We refill 3. All Femons, we just add back to Femon with 4. We evolve into 2. So this depends on what your opponents have, but because we only have this Destromon, we evolve into it. This Destromon for 2 cost. That's that we now have 4 mana. We destroy 1, 2, 3, 4. So evolve 3. Yeah, that's we only have we now have 0 memory, and then we evolve into Galacticmon. We evolve into Galacticmon, give them 6. The thing we put in is usually like if you don't have this the new Destromon, you want to put it because we only have 4 memory, 4 Femons. We only need something like this to put below it. So you want it to be like this, and then the Femons are below. The reason why you want the Femons below is because if your opponent does try to do something, you're not going to immediately. Actually, it really depends. Sometimes you want this effect more than the Femons resources, but usually but usually you want to see at least 6 here. If you can get to 8, or if you need to like use 4 famines for it to hit 8, it's not really that good in my opinion. You want to be 6, so you can activate like either one of these and then have the summon buffs. Alright, we forgot to play this. So say your opponent wants to attack, you just stop the attack, destroy for play point. Say your opponent wants to attack once again, you stop the attack, or if you want to destroy this, say they destroy it. It's fine. But usually if your opponent attacks, you just let them clear this in case they find something like a Zenith or a Fusionize. Your security usually would be fine in my opinion, as if they can break through. If they need to just get in like 1-2 attacks per turn, you can just let them hit your security. And then if their opponents want to go direct attack, you just stop them with Galacticmon. But basically that's how the deck looks like. You want to see at least either one of these, this and this in your starting hand, and then an old family. So any combination of this, and this works. The other hand of your hand, the other cards on your hand doesn't matter. You want to start with at least this, and this, and game's good. If you only find this, that's a problem. If you only find this, that's fine. If you only find this, it's okay. If you only find this, it's also okay, because you only find this actually. So anyway, that's how the deck kind of works. This is my beloved deck. I've tried this already last week. The first time it becomes legal to play in my locals, and I don't even have the third Galacticmon. I only have like 2 copies of new Galacticmon and 1 copy of old Galacticmon, and even that, I already got first place. This card's so good. This deck is so good. I'm so happy it gets the buff it has, and because we still doesn't really see how Zenith plays, this deck will get more buffs in the future. I can wait to see the greatest of our time to be the greatest deck of all time.